they are not. They maybe have they are more focused on the batteries and not the electricity computer system there. So they say, of course not. Okay, I'm losing money here. I'm still depend on government's subsidies. Then why I should spend money in a new system? So that's open a door, a space for the new suppliers, new service suppliers coming. Okay, so successfully we introduced one company here, and that's why we have a 301, the bus for most of the Donghua students here. Okay, and now we are opening another one. And now, because the highway from Taipei to Hualien is a restructure. It's not a new one, but it's a restructure. Okay, being the upgrade, Then we will say, okay, then we will introduce the new long distance bus systems into Hualien. And in order to make sure their service is good enough, so we want those long distance bus systems coming in Hualien also have a responsibility, to support a little bit local service. You understand what we are doing now? Okay, we say, oh, it's your responsibility. You cannot just put the passengers from Taipei to Hualien and drop in here without better service. So we ask you to to have a local service, a little bit local service. Yeah. So the company are required to provide a service locally. Then we open another gate to have more people, more players to provide the Hualien city's transportation service. So I mean, next year, just only a few days later, probably a few weeks later, then you will, if you don't want to take the Thai train, the rail companies, the train, you can take the bus from Taipei to here. I think
Is it too long?
No. Just only 3 hours. But no, actually the seat is perfect. The seat is very comfortable. Yeah, it's like the
3 hours?
airlines the chair, the high class chair, not the economics. Okay.
Is it more expensive?
Cheaper.
Cheaper?
Yeah, cheaper than the train ticket.
Wow.
Yeah, especially, I mean, well, I was the chairperson in the committee, so I know the details. Yeah, we spent a lot of time to discuss, I mean, under the regulation and under the market competition, and we don't. Anyway, that's a lot of stories behind. But anyways, it's cheaper, and also one bus company promised to have a 24-hour service. It means that they have until 2 a.m. and the first one is about 5 a.m. So if you want to, almost, you don't want to go there at 4 a.m. right? But they have early, because we know that some people, especially for the foreign students, or the traveling outside, when you come back to Taiwan, maybe around 4 or 5, so they can have a train there, and students can take the train after the midnight class, go there and go back to Taipei or come to Hualien. Okay, there will be. Of course, the 3 hours travel time is was estimated under situations, not many traffic situations. Okay, in the regularly, most of the time. But for the long holidays, that will be different story. Everybody will start there. So for the long holidays, I would suggest, if possible, still take trains. Will be the travel time will be assured, is more guaranteed. But if you don't care, okay, yeah, you can still have you can still take the bus. They have toilet systems there, and they will stop 1 or 2 in the. As I know, they will stop in the Suao, Nanao. They were not stationed there. Okay, so they have many more opportunities, more channels to use to come to Hualien. So they will change Hualien's transportation systems a lot.
When?
Yeah. Next, we as I know, the schedule is in the January, the middle of January. Yeah, we're trying to push it. I know they're trying to open the new lines before, we have election coming, right?
Yes.
Yeah, before election.
Oh.
Yeah, but we are not sure they can make it or not. Yeah, yeah. I think at the beginning we said the schedule is in the early of the January. I think it's the fifth or sixth around that days, but not sure yet because so far they're still trying to make it happen. Yeah, it will be a big news, especially for our Hualien. And then you can come from Banqiao to Hualien. Another one is Nangang to Hualien. Okay, and from Nangang to Hualien, you have two choices. They have two companies to select, which is good because they have competition. And in Banqiao to Hualien, there's another company, but the owner of the other two companies is the same, but actually they are separated. Yeah. So you have a good selections. Okay. So that's why when I say you are trying to have a second suppliers, you have to be carefully, okay, to open the gate to allow another suppliers come in, and without change too much, and with a good reason. It's very important with a good reason. You cannot just tell them, okay, I want to have someone to kill you. No, I want someone to come here to compete with you. Then the existing one will say no. Okay, if you do that, I will close my door to the business with you. Since he's the single sources to you, means it's very important to you. So if you tell them I want another one to compete with you, they will say, okay, I will kill you first, right? Instead of you to kill me. So that's the very you have to use a lot of strategy, okay, to make sure it's with a good reasons. Okay, and the best way to do is let the other sides, your single sources, feel that you are bringing the new players into the game. It also will benefit the existing one. If you can do that, that will be perfect. Okay, so I want to reduce your loading. Okay, okay, then I will have another one here. Okay, I want to have another company here, so okay, you make up a lot of reasons, make sure they will buy, they will believe your intention, and then you will success. And of course, it's very important if we can evaluate the sourcing decision risk. Okay. How to make sure we have how to make sure we are making the right decisions, okay? Selecting the single or multiple sourcings. And from the risk perspective, we still need an evaluation system. There are several papers mentioned about that, and you can always find it in the journal. Okay. But most of the thing is that most of the way to do is we will consider the capacity risk, the quantity and the time risk. If you choose a single one or the multiple ones, then you have to measure systematically about the quality, the quantity, and also the time. Okay, how fast they can deliver the goods to you, and also the technology and technique risk, like the development risk for that. Okay, are you sure you always can have in the best the new good technique products for that? That's very important. Right? And what if the old product? Oh, sorry, the companies always will update their technology such that they will catch up. Okay? Instead of they always use the old technique products for you, then your products after several years, your product may be behind the other competitors that will appear. And also, there's one thing is that if you are working with a very innovative company, there's another cost to you. You have to upgrade your skills to catch up there. Okay, if you don't have ability doing that, that will become a very huge cost to your company because they will always upgrade, just like your computer, right? They always tell you, okay, you have to upgrade your your OS, but you don't really need to upgrade that one. But once you upgrade the Windows systems, you have to learn the new. Where is my okay? Where is my blah, 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 blah. Okay, but you have to spend time to do that, right? Okay. So that's another risk, and of course the quality and the service. Okay, that's another risk you have to consider. If you select from single sources to the multiple sources, will my quality of product or the service will reduce or not? Okay, or it will improve. By how much? That's the way you have to evaluate it. And unfortunately, even we have an evaluation system, unfortunately, it's quite difficult to really write down a number for you. Say, okay, if you switch from this one to the one, the risk will increase by 20%, and the quality will drop by 10%. The 10 and 20% is not a really scientific result. Okay, it might just be a wild guess. Okay, based on the experience. Okay, based on the information you get from the other stories, the other company stories. Okay, so there's another risk. Okay, if you have not a very reliable information source, then your estimation will be totally wrong. But that's the real world. In the real world situation, that's the situation. Okay, you have to. So that's why the experienced experts is very important. That's why you have to not only focus on what you are doing, but you have to hands up to see what the other people is doing. Okay, and you are not only put your eyes focus on your eyes on your company only. You have to read papers. You have to go out to associate to some clubs to meet the other, even your partners or competitors, and to open your ears and eyes to hear their news and ask them why. And if you know how to ask a question, you know how to do a conversation, you will get a valuable information, not only the drink and food, okay, but information. Yeah. So it's very important to open not very relevant stories, but I can show you that 2 days ago I went to the Europe Union parties in Taipei. Okay, they have a very big person coming in Taipei, so they host a party to welcome her, vice chairs of the European Union's trading office there. However, there are not many people showing up. I don't know why, because they rent a big hall and put a lot of food there and drinks. Okay, I represent my ministries to there, but I see how come not many people there. And suddenly I said, okay, I want to go to wash my hands and go out. And I found there's another parties in the other side with a lot of people there. Okay, because when I wash my hand out, I said, well, should I go there or not? There's so many people there. I thought it's the same room, you know, it's just a big room. So I go there, I was, oh, not the same one, but there's a lot of people there. I go there. That's the AIT's party. Okay, Americans in Taiwan, their office, they have a big party there. So I'm thinking about, wow, how come when they plan an event to welcome this high-level person, they don't know they are inviting the same group of people as the AIT, and if the worst case is they even put in the same hotel.
Yeah.
You know, so well, if you are different one, then you can choose the people. Maybe maybe they will send another. Representative one to their representative, but they will confuse you, kind of embarrassed. Okay. So that's very important to gather lots of information. Okay, even say, okay, I'm the EU person office, they are the AIT office, but you have to, when they are having competitions, or maybe especially during the end of the year, so many parties. Okay, due to the Christmas, due to the end of the year's party. You know, in the Taiwan we have an end of the year party. We have to, hold a party for our whole employees and have a lot of events for them. Okay. So almost of the hotel is booked, and people, don't have time to join the party. We will just say, okay, today we have 2 dinner parties. Which one I should go? I cancel this one and cancel that one. So we are using not to attend, but canceling. This one I cannot go there. I cannot go there. So it's almost everybody is full book. So when you arrange the similar events, you have to be careful about this kind of information. The same thing for the supplier. Right? You do not focus on your own company. You are not focused on your own suppliers, but you have to collect a lot of information and just go around to see how about the other companies, how about their companies with their own sourcing. Okay? For example, if you are IBM company, then you have to know the Apple company, the Asus company, what's their suppliers and what's their not only the name of suppliers, but also the relationship with them, who are dealing with this kind of deal. The contract is very important as well. Okay, if you are talking to, even you have the same contract with the same company. Okay, sorry, you are having a contract with the same company. The different windows could mean different deals. Okay, because you are talking with Mr. A, means your product, your company is higher level. If you are talking, then you are talking with Mr. B. Okay, so you have to be very careful about the details. You want to have a good. Anyway,